Okay, for task one, importing videos, we're going to start off by learning how to import a video from an external camera or a hard drive. You're going to want to go to File, Import, and then Movie. Your Finder window will show up and you'll find the input that you're looking off of. Right now I'm using my external hard drive called MiniVault. You'll find your clips under where you have them saved. So mine is iMovie events, and under the paddle to the C folder, and you'll see that there are clips right here. Select the clip you want and it simply hit import. iMovie will then import the video into your timeline at the bottom, and depending on the video size it will take anywhere from less than a minute up to however long the video clip is. When you're working in iMovie, you have the option to import video directly from a webcam or attached external camera. It's the second subtask that we have for learning how to import video into iMovie. There's an icon down on the left-hand side of your screen that looks like a video camera. It's the Open Camera Import window. You're going to want to click on it, and you will have a window that shows up that will turn your webcam on, and you can select capture, record your information where you want it to import and where you want it to be saved. You can name it through create a new event, or you can add it to an existing event, existing events timeline or video library. When you're done with all your information, hit capture and the webcam will start to record. Once you're happy with the clip you've recorded, stop, and you can see that iMovie automatically renders it and will send it into your library. Exit out of the window by hitting done, and you'll see at the bottom we have our new clip of what you've just recorded off of your webcam. For our second task, we're going to be focused on different tools that iMovie offers for editing your movie. And the first tool, the most important when you're doing movie editing, is the cropping tool. The cropping tool allows you to select out of raw video footage exactly which clips you want to add to your video. Down at the bottom of iMovie you have your event library where all your raw clips are situated. If you want just a certain part of a clip, you simply click on the clip and a yellow box will show up. The left hand side of the box is where you will start, and the right hand side of the box is where you'll finish. You click and drag the box over the area of clip that you want to select and import into your timeline. And once you're happy with where you start and where you finish, you can grab the clip, click it, and drag it into the timeline where it will sit in just the duration that you selected. Just a quick note that at the bottom of your original clip there's an orange line that indicates what part of the clip that you've used already in your timeline. So you know that from the beginning to here you haven't used it, but all the orange duration you have. iMovie allows for a lot of flexibility when it comes to your audio levels. When you're recording, you don't always have the same audio conditions, so there could be echo, really loud, really quiet, and when you want audio to play or not to play during clips. So today we're going to cover the basics of what sound editing is. If you go over a clip of somebody talking, there's a little gear icon with an arrow. You're going to want to click on it and hit audio adjustments, and a window shows up. It starts off with the most basic of just the volume of the clip. So if you're making a movie that has two people talking in two separate clips, but one is significantly louder than the other, you can turn down the volume of the first person to match the second. The second important tool that iMovie uses is the fade in and fade out of voices. So This is really good when working with songs and different audio clips of people that introduce audio into their own clip. So the fade in, you can check the fade in box and check the fade out box if you want to do it. And the slider indicates how far into the clip that you want to start from no sound to the max volume that you set up at the top. When working with songs, same idea. There's the gear, and you can go audio adjustments, and you can set how loud you want the song to play. So if you're playing music underneath the video clips, then you're going to want it to be significantly quieter. Fade in, same idea. If you want it to start from a quiet and come to the actual volume of the song, you can fade it in and fade it out at the end. iMovie allows you to make transitions between different clips to add a smooth transition and to make it more appealing instead of just cutting a clip off at the end. Transitions are located in the bottom right corner with this little square icon. If you just click on it, a window should open up, and it has a number of different transitions you can do. Some of them are themed, and some of them are just regular fade to black, fade to white, those sorts of things. So if you're working on a themed project, you can find different themes that go with that are already pre-made transitions, and you just add your clips to the different boxes. So the beginning of the movie up here, this is one of the themes. It's the comic book issue, and so as the video goes, you add your clip into the area provided, and as it transitions and plays through, it's animated, and it'll transition between showing the comic book cover to fading out and a blur into the clip you wanted to show. If you wanted to do just a basic transition, if you look down at the bottom, there's a fade to black, so it goes from your one clip, that would be the ocean, fades to black, and then into your second clip. Here in the video, this is just a simple crossfade into each other, so it goes from clip A, blurs out, and goes into clip B. To add a transition into your movie clip, all you need to do is find the transition you want, click and drag over top of where you want to add it in between two clips. You'll let it go, and it will pop up. There's different options under the little gear, and you can add how long the duration of the transition will be. So if you want it to be really quick, or if you want it to drag out, that you can control. So once it's in, it'll transition like this. Text in videos can be really important when you're introducing new scenes, introducing the video, or at the end of a clip when you want to add credits. Today in the tutorial we'll be showing you how to add credits to the end of your video. At the bottom right hand corner of the screen there's a big letter T. Click on that and you will see all the different text templates. There's one that is called scrolling credits, and you just simply click and drag to the end of your timeline. You'll see the green line shows up where it'll drop. Once it's inserted, you can choose a background depending on what you want it to look like. Today we're going to do the curtain, and then you can edit the print right on the screen. So we can just type cast as our title, and then first name and last name on the other side, and it just adds a really clean, simple effect to the end of your video to credit the people that have worked on the video. You can also add overlaying text or different text boxes at the beginning of clips. Same thing, just find the text template you want, insert it in the video. You can select your background, and you can see here when your cursor is over where it says title text here, it shows you how the template will look over top of the background. And once you have something that you selected, you can go over to your editing window and type in the title you want. So, sending off the boats will be our title, and it mirrors it in the background with this effect. You can add like where the boats are going as your little subtopic. The final task we'll be working on in learning how to edit your movie in iMovie. Once your video is done, you're going to want to export it and share it to different files. The ones we're going to be covering today are exporting with QuickTime and exporting onto a DVD. iMovie works really well with different file formats, and it makes it really easy to share your file. So if you go up to the top once your video is done and hit share, you can see that there are a number of different places you can export it to: iTunes, iDVD. You can export it directly onto YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo, or the CNN iReport, and it makes it really easy to share. But what we're going to do today is we're going to use export using QuickTime file, and what that allows us to do is have it as a flexible file that is just going to be on our computer for future reference, and that can be moved between hard drives and different presentation tools. So when you hit export using QuickTime, you're going to get a window that has all your saving information. So the name of your video, where you're going to save it, how you're going to, which format you're going to export it as. So today we're using QuickTime, but you can do an MPEG-4, movie to iPod, movie to iPhone, but today we're just going to stick with QuickTime, and then you're just going to hit save, and your movie will start exporting. Depending on the size of the movie, the quality of your clips, and the duration of it, it can take a long time. So this is one of those set it and forget it kind of things. You're going to have, it's saying that there's 47 minutes and our video is only 5 minutes long. So it does take a while, but it's because it's compressing all the information, and it'll come out as just a QuickTime file. The last subtopic of task 3 is going to be exporting an iMovie file into a DVD format. iMovie doesn't actually burn DVDs through the program, but you can export the video that you have made into a program called iDVD, and that is the program that burns the DVDs for you. You're going to want to go to Share and then iDVD, and unlike the QuickTime movie file, it won't ask you for file information, because all that file information will be recorded in the program iDVD. So it's significantly less time to export it into iDVD, and when you use iDVD, you can set different chapter names and a title and an introduction to a DVD menu. So it's pretty diverse. You can have a lot of different cool themes with it that make it pretty visually appealing. So once you have your video exported out of iMovie, it'll show up in iDVD. This is a video that I've been working on for a different event, but you can see that you have different themes here on the right, the name of your video, and then this compilation over here of words and pictures. So when you play, when you insert the DVD into your DVD player, you usually have some sort of introduction clip, and then you have the option to select your movie. So when you add into iDVD, you have the freedom to add pictures and text into it. So this is what the animation looks like. So once you have your animation in, it plays a bit of music, and then when the text show up, you just click on it, and then it'll go straight into your music with a little outro clip. And that is how you export videos into QuickTime and iDVD.